3, 4. Burn it down! Burn it down! Burn it down!
Hi out there, fans. It's our last week in Japan, and we're in Yokohama tonight for our Rwl Sn Rl. Glad you're with us. I'm Wally Cardell, joined by Johnny GB Bianco and GM Tex Lynch. And guys, it's set to be a wild and unpredictable night around here.
And among some of those unusual happenings will be our GM here, donning his ring gear one more time with tag team partner T-Dog Tomasio and No Way Jose against Riley Flash and the Canadian Cartel in a 6-man tag match. Hope you've trained, taking your vitamins, and said your prayers text, cause if you lose, Riley Flash wins $5,000.
He ain't getting no $5,000 from me. Come on, man. Good evening, everybody. Our opening contest tonight, Legends Division action, as the Iron Sheik sets to go up against Eric Bischoff's Punjabi Nightmare, the Great Khali.
Our opening contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Tehran, Iran, weighing 240 pounds, the Iron Sheik. It's always a blast seeing the Iron Sheik in action. He always competes at 110%, and he wins most of his matches. Question is, can he handle the size and power of the Punjabi Nightmare? And Eric Bischoff in his corner on top of it.
It's almost impossible to shake Sheiky Baby. Believe me, the Iron Sheik just sees the Great Khali as a larger-than-usual problem to be handled in a larger-than-usual way. I don't know if he can win, but he can handle whatever Khali can throw at him.
His opponent, accompanied by Eric Bischoff from the Punjab in India, weighing 450 pounds, the Great Khali.
One half of a pretty formidable tag team with the human wrecking machine Zeus, the Great Khali, striking out on his own tonight, and a singles win over the Iron Sheik would certainly raise Khali's stock. Despite the efforts of Eric Bischoff, both Khali and Zeus have moved very slowly up the ranks around here.
Not entirely Eric Bischoff's fault, Wally. Despite their size and power potential, Khali and Zeus just plain old-fashioned haven't won enough of their matches to move forward. So I guess you're right about Khali's really needing this win over the Iron Sheik.
Big time Legends Division action right out of the gate. Well, you gotta be impressed with this. Alright, well, our principals are all set to go. Walt Rothburn rings the bell. They cut. Oh man, Khali charges and misses with his move. Iron Sheik quickly takes him down into a single leg crab. The Great Khali, already being stretched, takes down the Iron Sheik almost effortlessly. Locks him up. Whips him to the far corner. Ooh, misses with the charge. Catches an elbow from Iron Sheik. Sheiky Baby putting those Persian boots to work, but Great Khali counters, takes him down the canvas. From behind, rear waistlock. Great Khali with Iron Sheik up against the ropes, up and over and down he goes. Iron Sheik inviting him back into the ring now. He's asked him how the mats taste. Iron Sheik with a forearm, elbow, a kick. Great Khali catches a kick to the midsection. They lock up again. Front cradle. Iron Sheik with a little alley-oop. Goes behind. Drives a knee into the back of the Great Khali. Oh, Great Khali counters with a kick to the head. Iron Sheik counters with a kick to the head. A whole lot of countering going on here. Iron Sheik makes his way back inside. Takes himself up to the high-rank district. Great Khali could be in trouble here. Khali getting back to his feet. Here we go. Double axe handle right across the top of the head with the Punjabi Nightmare. And Iron Sheik keeping him down, keeping him off his feet. Rounds him back up instead. Changes his mind. Catches a knee to the midsection. The Great Khali makes his way back inside. Iron Sheik Oh man, misses with the swing, catches a kick to the midsection. A couple of short kicks to the side of the head, and look at this, just pitched the 450-pounder halfway across town. Iron Sheik, pure power of them Persian clubs. You remember that whole disrespectful slap across the face from Sheiky baby. Iron Sheik drags him. Oh man, look at this, the Great Khali getting right back up again. Another disrespectful slap from the Iron Sheik. Eric Bischoff not looking too pleased at the moment. Surprised he hasn't gotten involved yet. Iron Sheik catches a clothesline from the Great Khali. Oh man, wow, he just got thrown like a basketball. The Great Khali. Oh man, there's that chop to the head, goes for a cover, hooks to the leg. 1, 2, and a near fall. As Great Khali starts to mount some offense for the first time in this matchup. Khali backs himself up, moves it in. Oh man, what a splash. Iron Sheik comes rebounding out. Great Khali just slams him center ring. Iron Sheik rounded up again, an uppercut from the Great Khali. And he's about to go high risk. The 7-foot Punjabi Nightmare about to go air, draws an elbow right across the chest of the Iron Sheik. Khali catches a kick to the midsection from Sheiky baby. A head-on collision with no result. They lock up. Front cradle on the Iron Sheik, up over the shoulders, hung up and down over the top rope, and down goes the Iron Sheik. The Great Khali moves it into Enziguri with the point of the Persian boot from the Iron Sheik. Sheik drives a knee into the midsection, a double axe handle across the back. And the Great Khali is laid out. Non-compass menace. Iron Sheik has a knee right across the chest. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, but only a 2. No, Iron Sheik can't believe it. The Great Khali catches a basement dropkick. Here we go. Eric Bischoff starts talking. Great Khali starts going to work. Oh man, he's got that claw in the face and a claw slam from the Great Khali. Iron Sheik counters with a kick. Locks up the Great Khali, drives a knee into the midsection, another double axe handle across the back. And Eric Bischoff's distraction didn't work too good. Iron Sheik joining the Great Khali outside. Moves in, drives a knee into his head. The Great Khali had momentum for a minute, but lost it completely. Another basement dropkick from the Iron Sheik. Swing and a miss. Khali catches a German suplex from the Iron Sheik. Just a step too fast. The Punjabi Nightmare catches a series of shots. And a DDT out there on the mat. Iron Sheik rounds him up again. They lock it up. Oh man, slams his head right into the canvas, follows it up with a stomp. I think he just split his dome too. Dragon screw from the Great Khali. Khali rounds up Iron Sheik. Sets him up, and oh man, what a nasty slam right there. Khali catches a shot from the Iron Sheik. Gouges in the face of the Great Khali. Followed it up with a stomp across the back. And they've been out there for some time. Referee's been counting for a minute now. Kick to the midsection. And a series of short kicks. And just pitches him all the way across. Iron Sheik with a nasty shot right across the face of the Great Khali. Makes his way back inside the ring before the count's over. Khali moves in. Iron Sheik slips through the back door here. Gets whipped to the ropes. And a big boot to the face for the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik driven back by the Great Khali. What a kick. And a shot that sends Khali reeling. Iron Sheik really opening up here. And the Great Khali. Iron Sheik drags Khali center ring. A stomp to the midsection. A series of wrist clutch kicks. And a forearm. Man. Iron Sheik covers. 1, 2, 3. That is all she wrote. The Iron Sheik defeats the Punjabi Nightmare by pinfall.
The time to move in and change the momentum of the match. You gotta hand it to Sheiky Baby. Experience is the best teacher.
And experience is what took the Iron Sheik to this win. Even outside the ring, he managed to maintain control of the Great Khali throughout most of the match, outside of a near fall and a few tense moments. Another solid win for Iron Sheik. More Snarl when we come back from the break.
Well, here we go. Liberty Bell Danielle, back in the ring again. No doubt with news about this cell match with Jody Dvorak. I know the match committee already had their vote. So now it's just down to taking the next steps. Will she do it?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay, so I guess some of you already know, but for those who don't, the 7 members of the match committee voted 4-3 in favor of Jody Dvorak's proposed Hell in a Cell match with me. Now I said I would sign for it, and that's exactly what I did. I know it doesn't make sense to risk serious injury in this kind of match, especially with someone like Jody, but this rivalry has gone on too long, and it has to end. Plus, it wasn't all bad. I've made Jody cash in her contract briefcase, and I don't have to risk any championships for this match.
And yikes on trikes, right on cue. Here she comes, the Memphis Million heiress, wood-kitten Jody Dvorak, and she's got her Memphis Million briefcase in town. I guess this kinda makes it official, and it looks like this match is going down later this month.
Boy, Jody sure looks happy. Not at all what you'd expect from someone who's looking down the barrel of a Hell in a Cell match, does she?
Yeah, she does look happy, doesn't she? Like she knows something we don't. I told the front office to keep these two separated from each other, and I got a funny feeling we're about to find out why.
Well, Jody, I hope you're happy at last. I've known for months, since you got your gubby little paws on that briefcase, that you'd be looking for me. Then, you were chased off Rage by Les Femmes Fatales, and ran over here to Snarl, and I knew this was going to be inevitable. So I signed, and that's the end of your contract.
Your ego just screwed you again, Heathcote. Just like this sick obsession you have with me. Just screwed you again. I said I was thinking about getting your name on a contract, but I never said this one. So I'll be using my contract elsewhere for a real title. You really have painted yourself into a corner, Libby Bell.
I shouldn't be surprised at that, from a born liar. Even if it's true, it doesn't matter now. I'm gonna give you the beating of your life, and make sure you don't ever want to be inside a ring with me ever again. Because that's what you deserve. I said it before, Jody. I hate you, every bit as much as you hate me. You're gonna stop chasing me after this match, I promise you.
Chasing you? For what? Some junior title. You know what your problem is? You came in here a year and a half back, and expect to be treated like some 10-year veteran. Just cause you got some junior championships, and you're sleeping with the GM.
And you'd still be spinning your wheels like the rest of the council bums, if you hadn't lucked out and won the Memphis Million. You might still be on Rage instead of here, trying to make my life here impossible. Contract, briefcase, or not, well, it's like I said, I'm gonna make you not want any of me after this match.
Okay, you said your piece, now get the hell out of there.
Well, if it don't matter.
Oh no, here we go.
Jody's not gonna wait. Looks like she wants to have it out right now.
And that's exactly what's gonna happen. I was afraid of this. Man.
Looks like these two have finally snapped. Months of repressed hostility boiling to the surface here as Danielle and Jody give one another a preview of what's going to happen inside that cell in a few weeks, and it looks like both these gals are on a path to mutual assured destruction. And why the hell isn't somebody trying to break them up for God's sake?
That's probably not a good idea.
If you're just joining us, Liberty Bell Danielle has accepted Jody Dvorak's challenge, and an exchange of words has become an exchange of blows, as these two find themselves unable to contain their animosity towards each other. This is just awful.
Oh no, Jody's setting up Danielle for a pump handle suplex, and there it is. These two are gonna wreck each other before they even get to the cell match.
Well, Danielle ain't afraid of Jody, and that might be bad news right here.
Hey, come on now. Jody's setting her up for another suplex. They've completely lost it in their guys.
Man, I warned her not to do this. I knew this was going to happen. Damn, Jody, stop it.
Jody Boric really starting to lay into Liberty Bell, and it definitely ain't good. Danielle's fighting back as best she can, but she's starting to fall behind in this brawl.
Danielle nails her with a jawjacker. Danielle setting her up. And here we go, neckbreaker drop. Danielle, he's go. Moves back in, leg sweep from Jody. Oh man, this is so bad. Jody nails her with a belly-to-belly suplex. Look at the arrogance of Jody Boric. This is disgusting.
Jody's trying to make her way out of the ring, but Liberty Bell Danielle on her like a wildcat.
Oh man, this is just, oh man. I knew this was going to happen. I told her not to do this, for crying out loud. Oh, right into the turnbuckles. Oh, God.
This was reprehensible. Jody Boric taking things just one step too damn far, and now it looks like she and Danielle are on a collision course for a Hell in a Cell match. Luckily, Danielle doesn't look hurt too badly, but I guarantee her pride is hurting even worse after Jody's attempted humiliation.
Oh, good God.
Fans in the last segment, not only has the Jody Boric Liberty Bell Danielle Hell in a Cell match been confirmed and signed, but Jody Boric has tricked Danielle into signing a contract other than her own and attacked Danielle in the ring. This confrontation between them is going to be an exercise in brutality.
I still don't believe the match committee okayed it for 2-3. But wonders never cease.
In a match that just fits, for the first time, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and the Soul Man Rocky Johnson, the Soul Patrol, get set for a non-title dust-up with Snarl Tag Champions, the Freak and Wild Thing, the Psychodelics.
Great opponents, but Sylvia says they're not winning. The following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 532 pounds, from Washington, D.C., Soulman Rocky Johnson, and from Roanoke, Virginia, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, the Soul Patrol. Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson haven't been around for about a year now, and they've definitely fallen behind the pack in the hunt for tag team gold. But they could move up a couple of rungs on the ladder if they were to bring home a win over the Snarl Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done. I mean, the Psychodelics are a winning tag team all the time, usually. All we need now is the Psychodelics and your Ginchy girlfriend, Johnny.
Their opponents accompanied by Sylvia Strong at a combined weight of 480 pounds. The reigning Rwl Sn Rl Tag Team Champions, the Freak and Wild Thing Wayne Ting, the Psychodelics. Like their stronghold counterparts, the originals, the Freak and the Wild Thing seem to be making a serious habit of winning their matches about 95% of the time. What makes this one interesting is the fact that they've never crossed swords with the Soul Patrol before. There could be an upset in the works here if the Psychodelics aren't at the top of their game. Atlas and Johnson are to wily ring veterans.
That's true. There's no margin for error for the Psychodelics. One mistake made and noticed by the Soul Patrol could end up costing them the entire match.
You speak the truth, Wallace, and Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas can spot a mistake faster than a leopard can spot a lamp. All right, Rocky Johnson and the Freak starting us off. Walt Rothburn rings the bell. Here we go. They lock up. Kick to the midsection from the Freak. Rebound off the middle rope. Missile drop kick. Down goes Rocky Johnson. Sylvia Strong loving what she sees. A kick from the Freak. Another. All right. A kick. A double shot to the midsection. And a wrist clutch clothesline from the Freak on the Soul Man. Goes behind. Look at this. Whoa. Nicely done. A little do the hustle disco right there. The Freak lays in with the headbutts on the Soul Man. Rocky Johnson Wishing he was on the other side of the ring right about now. Headlock punch. Clubbing overhand right. And another. And another. Oh, double axe handles. Down goes Rocky Johnson again. The Freak. Going for a cover. 1, 2. Gonna snag a near fall pretty early on. But not enough yet. The Freak rounds up Rocky Johnson. Wrist clutch kick to the head. A stomp to the back. Rocky Johnson counters with a jawjacker. The Freak immediately counters with a series of kicks. Locks up Rocky Johnson. Has him up. Rocky Johnson counters. Chop block takes the Freak down. Basement drop kick takes him down a second time. A jab. A couple of good jabs. Rocky Johnson laying it in with the boxing punches. And takes the Freak down to the canvas. And here comes Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Oh, man, this is going to be good. Hey, they lock up. Atlas has him up. Oh, man, slams him down face first into the mat. Kick to the head from the Freak. Back on his feet. Locks up with Mr. USA. Whips Atlas to the ropes. Hard shot to the midsection. Oh, man. Oh, Tony Atlas's world just slowed down right there. Forearm. Takes Atlas down. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tague. The Snarl Tag Team Champions on fire here. Boom! Leg drop right across the throat of Tony Atlas. I'll tell you what, Soul Patrol is not looking too effective this evening. Wild Thing locks in a submission on Tony Atlas. Rocky Johnson trying to break it up. Man, even Rocky Johnson couldn't break it up. They lock up. Atlas with Wild Thing up over his shoulder, but Wayne Tague shifts his weight and boom, inverted DDT. Wild Thing picks himself up, but too late. Here comes Rocky Johnson on the tag. Johnson nails him with a shoulder tackle that just glanced off. Superman and bullets. Whoa! Nice suplex from the Wild Thing. Quick cover 1. And nope, Rocky Johnson still got way too much steam in the tank. Clubbing overhand right from Wild Thing Wayne Tague, and another. And here comes the Freak. Johnson back on his feet. The Freak charges, misses with the punch. A chop. Rocky Johnson says, no, rather not do that, thanks. He's got the Freak. Sets him up against the ropes. Now yanking the arm. Using them ropes for leverage. Locks up. Oh, the Freak counters with a kick. The Freak with a hard knee to the midsection of Rocky Johnson. Just kind of collapsed on that one. A series of headbutts from the Freak. Again on Rocky Johnson. Oh, man, he's out. Oh, Tony Atlas just about getting to his feet. And here comes Wayne Tague. And, oh, man, Rocky Johnson ain't moving. Wayne Tague, rebound. Oh, there we go, another leg drop for the Soul Man. And really, the Soul Patrol not looking too good tonight. There we go, nice shoulder tackle. Flying shoulder from Rocky Johnson. Wild Thing, countered by Rocky Johnson, taken down to the mat. Rocky Johnson finally getting a spark of life here. Taken down by Wild Thing. Wild Thing locks up. Hard overhand right to the Soul Man, stomp to the back. Wild Thing Wayne Tague taking liberties here, putting the boots to the hands and fingers of Rocky Johnson. Rocky Johnson rounded up again. The Wild Thing with a right, a chop, another right, and a suplex with a pin and a bridge. Here we go. 1, 2, and no, another near fall. The Snarl Tag Team Champions been firmly in control from the bell. And here comes the Freak again. Rocky Johnson struggling to get to his feet. The Freak's right there. Hard shot to the midsection. And now look at this. The Freak going after Tony Atlas. Laying the beats of the Botran on him. And Rocky Johnson absolutely helpless to help. Oh, man. The Wild Thing lighting up both opponents at the same time again as usual. Look at this quick counter from the Freak on Rocky Johnson. Inverted DDT. Back of the head slamming into the mat. The Freak tags out. Wild Thing tags in. Rocky Johnson just getting back to his feet, and Tony Atlas is still out. Whoa, wicked boot to the head right there. A little Taekwondo leap for you Dr. Demento fans right there. Boot to the head. Wild Thing Wayne Teague with a stomp on Rocky Johnson. And here comes the Freak. Basement dropkick. Down goes Rocky Johnson. Decides to step out. Whoa, man! The Freak said, I'm going to come after you. Rocky Johnson doing a little showboating for the front row, and it cost him big time. Johnson rolled back inside the ring. The Freak taking the long way home. Tony Atlas in the way. Suplex from Tony Atlas on the Freak. Rocky Johnson laid out on the inside. Tony Atlas with an assist here. Whoa, a power slam on the Freak. Rocky Johnson slowly makes his way back to his feet. The Freak counters Tony Atlas. It turns his attention back to the ring, but Wild Thing Wayne Teague right on Rocky Johnson, and a shoulder from behind. Rocky Johnson didn't even see it coming. Look at this. Up over the shoulder, but Rocky Johnson counters another chop block. Down goes the Freak. And this has been the modicum of offense we've seen from the Soul Patrol. Here we go, a pin. 1, 2, and a near fall. Their first and their only in this matchup. Running Bulldog. Down goes the Freak again. Rocky Johnson locks him up. Whips Rocky to the ropes. Head-on collision with no result. Rocky Johnson with elbows to the midsection of the Freak. Tries for the jab, doesn't get it, but takes him down. Wild Thing Wayne Teague must be impressed with his partner here. Look at this. The Freak with a whole guillotine leg drop. A lot of Freaks feeling it, and here comes Tony Atlas on the tag. Whoa! Man, both guys missed. They lock up. Atlas, belly-to-belly suplex on the Freak. The Freak right back up on his feet. Atlas swings and misses with the clothesline, counters with an elbow. Locks up the Freak kick to the midsection from Tony Atlas. Atlas whips the Freak to the ropes. Whoa, man, double shot right there. Wild Thing Wayne Teague with a cheap shot on Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas counters it with a punch. The Freak's laid out. Here comes Rocky Johnson again. Wayne Teague might want to think about asking for a tag over here. Rocky Johnson starts putting the boots to the Freak. Rounds him back up. Oh, here we go. A bear hug, a possible submission. But Wild Thing Wayne Teague coming through the ropes to interfere. Puts a stop to that. Rocky Johnson locks up Wayne Teague. Pitches him to the ropes. Nice little, oh man, nice little wraparound neck breaker. The Freak with a kick to the midsection. A jab, a couple of hard shots, and an uppercut. Down goes Rocky Johnson. The Freak going for a cover. 1, 2, 3. Well, now, the Psychedelics defeat the Soul Patrol by pinfall.
The time, 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, the Psychedelics.
Well, the Freak and the Wild Thing delivering yet another quality tag team match, which is why they're the small tag team champions. What a win for them over the Soul Man Rocky Johnson and Mr. USA Tony Atlas.
I'm not sure if the Psychedelics are even aware of it, but they just defeated one of the best tag teams in history. More Snarl when we return.
All right, up next, it is a cruiserweight four-way battle. No countouts, no disqualifications. Logan Paul, Axiom, Lightning Fest, Tony Dangerous, and the cruiserweight champion Gary Galaxy all vying for that one crucial pinfall or submission, and it is going to be a hot one.
The following cruiserweight for weight contest set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing 187 pounds, their WL Cruiserweight champion, the prototype, Gary Galaxy.
The prototype, well, there's the switch. He's not out here with a microphone yelling at people. The cruiserweight champ, Gary Galaxy, in this four-way matchup with 3 other opponents. And to quickly explain Axiom's presence in this matchup, well, it was supposed to be El Vejigante, but unfortunately he got hurt at the last card. So, Axiom was a last-minute substitute.
Axiom could be a dark horse upset in this match then. That X Factor, that unknown quantity. Axiom is definitely it in this match.
Well, with Tony Dangerous in the mix, I don't know. I'm kind of favoring the lightning fast one to win this match.
Also, from parts unknown, weighing 185 pounds, Axiom.
El Gigante's last-minute replacement. Certainly not very well known to me, and he hasn't competed a whole lot that I can even remember. What I could find on him was all his old info from WWE, which wasn't much. As far as our WL goes, this would be his first big match, and it comes as a windfall for Axiom, courtesy of El Gigante's injury.
Yeah, his RWL history does not amount to much. It's been a couple of dark matches. This is his first time on RWL YouTube TV, so, well, good luck to him, I guess.
I'm telling you, unknown X Factor here.
Sure, Jan. Sure.
Sorry, Johnny, but I just don't see it, man. He's got a 1 in 3 chance, and that's being generous.
Also, from Westlake, Ohio, weighing 204 pounds, Logan Paul.
Well, you want to talk about dark horse upsets? Well, let's talk about this guy, Logan Paul, and my boy Racing Stripes in his unusual ring gear. Yep, but Logan Paul, odd ring gear notwithstanding, he is definitely a skilled competitor in the ring. He has shown himself to be quite athletic, and he's got some stick-to-itivity. He does not give up easy.
You heard the boos. These Japanese fans don't seem to think a whole bunch about Logan Paul or his meteoric yet unlikely rise in the wrestling world.
Yes, sir, from internet influencer to top contender in the world of pro wrestling, you really would not have thought it, and if anybody had told you this a couple of years ago, you'd have laughed at him and called him a liar.
While it was an unlikely rise, it's still less absurd than Dennis Rodman, or God forbid David Arquette. Logan Paul has at least displayed some real skill in the ring.
You know we're not allowed to discuss David Arquette on this program. Don't you ever do it again.
And from Statinopolis, weighing 196 pounds, the lightning fast Tony Dangerous.
The Lightning Fast one, second only to Gary Galaxy, is heavily favored to win this four-way matchup, and we've seen him do it before. He's bucked the odds a number of times.
We know you and Tony go back a long way, about 10 years, and while I'm sure you'd like to see him pick up this win, you know he's gonna be targeted not only by Gary Galaxy, but Logan Paul too. It's gonna be an uphill climb all day for all these guys.
Well, now that we've got all our sacrifices to the mouth of the volcano, we can finally get this party underway. Axiom, wow, never seen him before. Here's the bell. Gary Galaxy going up against Logan Paul. Tony Dangerous and Axiom going against each other. Tony Dangerous with elbows to the midsection of Axiom. Gary Galaxy catching Logan Paul with a kick, and a rebound kick off the ropes. Down goes Logan Paul. Axiom going after Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul countering Tony Dangerous. Gary Galaxy fixing his way into things. Axiom with a reverse Hurricane Rana on Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul with a helicopter spin on Tony Dangerous, and the referee has just woke up from his nap. Axiom with a forearm to Tony Dangerous. Logan Paul in the far corner intercepts Gary Galaxy. Gary Galaxy counters with elbows. Tony Dangerous takes it to the outside. Logan Paul resting in the far corner. And Axiom just flipped like a pendulum by Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul delivering kicks to Gary Galaxy. Tony Dangerous is still laid out on the outside. Axiom makes his way back inside. Goes after Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul tries to go after Gary Galaxy too. Gary with elbows to the midsection. Tony Dangerous still recovering. Inverse Hurricane Rana to Gary Galaxy again from Axiom. Logan Paul nails Axiom with a forearm. Tony Dangerous finally back in the ring here. Gary Galaxy on the outside. Tony Dangerous with a beautiful tilt-a-whirl and into an armbar. Logan Paul breaking up the submission. Logan Paul going after Gary Galaxy again. Kick to the midsection. Gary locks him up. Logan Paul with machine gun shots to the midsection. of Gary Galaxy. Axiom catching one from Tony Dangerous, and off the rope Bulldog. Logan Paul intercepts Tony Dangerous in the far corner. Clothesline. Down goes Tony. Axiom getting back to his feet. Logan Paul goes after him. Axiom counters with a shot to the midsection. Gary Galaxy in the far corner recovering. Kick to the head of Axiom from Logan Paul. Tony Dangerous back inside the ring and delivering all kinds of shots, and a DDT to Logan Paul that just busted him open. Tony Dangerous going after Gary Galaxy, his longtime rival. And here we go. Oh, this doesn't look good. Tony Dangerous trying for something fancy. Pounding on the back of Gary Galaxy. Axiom looking on. Logan Paul's laid out and bleeding on the outside. Tony Dangerous with shots to the head of Gary Galaxy. What are we going to see here? Whoa! Man, did you see that? Unbelievable from Tony Dangerous. Axiom goes after Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul going under the ring for a little something extra. Well, no disqualifications in this kind of matchup. Axiom pin ruined by Logan Paul. Tony Dangerous slammed to the canvas. Down goes Logan Paul, courtesy of Axiom. Gary Galaxy goes after Axiom in the far corner. Axiom locks up, gets a kick to the midsection. Tony Dangerous with a forearm to Logan Paul. Gary Galaxy goes after Tony Dangerous. Gary Galaxy with a sit out. Man, what a shot right there. Logan Paul with a jumping neckbreaker. Axiom catches a shot from Logan Paul. Tony Dangerous is laid out again. Gary Galaxy tries for a kick, doesn't connect with anybody. Suplex from Axiom. Gary's got that chair. Axiom disarms him, takes him down with a forearm uppercut. Goes after Tony Dangerous. Logan Paul is all messed up. A series of shots, but a jawjacker counter from Tony Dangerous. Rebound off the rope again, fails to connect with the Whirl. Rana catches a chair shot from Axiom. Logan Paul on the outside. Gary Galaxy rebounds off the ropes, fails to connect with Tony Dangerous. Locks him up again. Whip over neck whip. Rebound off the ropes. And a kick right to the face of the superhero. Axiom with a standing drop kick on Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul trying to pull it together over here on the outside. Goes after Tony Dangerous. Axiom with a shoulder tackle. Takes Gary Galaxy to the outside. Now everybody's on the outside and it's a party. Gary Galaxy takes himself back inside. Goes back for the chair. Tony Dangerous getting back to his feet. Logan Paul with a slam on Axiom. Goes behind on Gary Galaxy. Pitches him inside the ring. Tony Dangerous takes down Logan Paul. Hurricane Rana from Tony Dangerous. A lightning fast one. Trying to battle his way back into this mess. Logan Paul slams Axiom into the ring steps. Gary Galaxy rolled back into the ring by Tony Dangerous. Logan Paul takes Tony Dangerous down to the clothesline. Now he's got that chair. And he goes to work on Tony Dangerous. Gary Galaxy crashing into Axiom. A beautiful move from the prototype Gary Galaxy. Move your butt, Axiom. I can't see. Here we go into a submission on Logan Paul, but there's no submissions on the outside of the ring. Logan Paul with a couple of elbows disengages himself on Gary Galaxy. Tony Dangerous working on Axiom on the other side of the ring. Gary Galaxy rolled back inside the ring by Logan Paul. Tony Dangerous with a facebuster on Axiom. Logan Paul with a kick to the midsection on Gary Galaxy. On both sides of it, it's like a three-ring circus. Tony Dangerous rounds up Axiom. Logan Paul rolls Gary Galaxy back inside. Logan Paul going after the others instead. Goes after Axiom with that chair. He's slinging that chair at anybody he can get his hands on. Tony Dangerous rounded up by Gary Galaxy into the ring steps. Logan Paul rounded up by Gary Galaxy, taken down to the mats. Axiom charging into nowhere. Tony Dangerous taken down by Gary Galaxy. Logan Paul is laid out. And a slam. Axiom from Gary Galaxy. Tony Dangerous counters with a couple of rights, backs Gary off. Slams him into the 11. A kick from Tony Dangerous to Axiom. 2 out of our 4 competitors are on Dream Street here. Logan Paul catches a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from the lightning fast one. Tony Dangerous elbows Gary. Logan Paul Pitches Tony Dangerous towards the other side. Gary Galaxy pitches Logan Paul into the ring steps. Tony and Gary both missed their move. Tony Dangerous with a series of kicks on Gary Galaxy. A snap mirror and a flip over neck whip. Axiom catching it from Tony Dangerous as well. Gary Galaxy's laid out. Here comes Logan Paul. Swing and a miss. Gary Galaxy laid out. Tony Dangerous with a wraparound DDT on Logan Paul. A forearm to Axiom. Logan Paul from behind. Pitches Tony Dangerous towards the corner. Gary Galaxy just getting back to his feet. Tony Dangerous fails to connect with Gary. They lock up. Gary Galaxy counters with elbows. Inverse Hurricane Rana for Logan Paul, courtesy of Axiom. Axiom. Oh, man. Catching a tilt-a-whirl beauty from Logan Paul. Gary Galaxy takes Axiom down. Tony Dangerous is laid out. Logan Paul's got that chair. Here's the count. 1, 2, 3, and Gary Galaxy, the Cruiserweight champ, wins this four-way matchup.
The time, 7 minutes and 51 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Gary Galaxy.
All right, boys, I got to spruce up for the next match. Why don't you guys wrap this thing up?
You got it, Chief. This four-way confrontation was fast-paced and explosive, with the Cruiserweight champion coming up with the win over 3 top contenders, including arch-rival Tony Dangerous.
But it was Axiom who took the 3-count pinfall from Gary, with Logan Paul and Tony Dangerous distracted on the outside. Just more proof why the stronghold rules. Up next, a 6-man tag with Tex Lynch when we come back. Our one closes with this bit of minor drama as Riley Flash and Tex Lynch settle a $5,000 gentleman's wager. So it's the Canadian Cartel and Riley Flash facing No Way Jose and the reunited pairing of Tex and T-Dog, Masks Incorporated, in a 6-man tag.
We're just waiting on Don Hickson to call this one, and I've got Myron Schimmelman tracking him down.
This next tag team contest, set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, at combined weight of 630 pounds, Golden Wall Barnett, Hitler, and their manager and trainer, Riley Flash, the Canadian Cartel.
Oh look, Riley dyed his hair for the occasion. Already spending that $5,000 in his mind. But skip all that. The Canadian Cartel has been doing pretty well for themselves, but so have No Way Jose and T-Dog Tomasio. The unknown X factors in this match will be the added presence of Riley Flash and Tex Lynch, and you would think these guys wouldn't gamble on something this crazy, but that's the neurotic rivalry between Riley and Tex, which has been going on for years.
I hope Tex realizes he's setting a bad example for Danielle Heathcote by engaging in such rash behavior. Now, Tex knows and just doesn't care. He crazy.
So, what do you think? Will the cartel get the win with the added oomph of Riley Flash and his dyed hair? I bet he was hoping Tex might laugh himself to death and win the match by forfeit. As Christy Ogilvy might say, this ain't it.
He should have left it alone. The gray gave him a dignified look, and now he just kind of blends in with the other guys. But that's the strange and unaccountable Riley Flash for you. Their opponents at a combined weight of 645 pounds, No Way Jose, and T-Dog Tomasio, and Hangman Tex Lynch, Masks Incorporated.
Big Tex putting the band back together with the Dogster and his current tag partner No Way Jose. While Tex is more of a financier of the team rather than a manager, he still serves a similar purpose to his Canadian counterpart Riley Flash. Boy, Tex sure looks amped for this appearance. I swear he bet Riley $5,000 just to get him inside a ring for the first time in a while.
I did a little homework on that. While Tex has been keeping in shape fighting with the sectarians, it seems Riley Flash hasn't wrestled a proper match in about 6 months. To me, that gives Masks Inc. and No Way Jose just a little bit of an edge. I'm sure as a formal trainer, Riley is constantly executing all sorts of moves all the time, but it's not the same thing. I'm starting to worry a little. Where's Don and Myron already?
We may have to just say to hell with it and, gasp, do it ourselves.
What the hell? Catering isn't that far away. That's where you'll find Don, stuffing his face like a gavone.
Okay, well, no Don Hickson, no Myron, so get yourself in the proper frame of mind here.
Alright guys, look, I can't find Don nowhere. So we're gonna have to just sit back, relax, let me take care of this. It's going to be Vic LaRue and Hangman Tex Lynch starting this match. The referee rings the bell. They lock up. Vic LaRue goes behind on Tex Lynch, takes him down to the mat and into a headlock. Tex counters it with a head scissors. And look at this, really leaning into it. Both guys back to their feet. Vic LaRue takes Tex Lynch to the ropes. And look at this, biting. That's nice, that's attractive. Well, that'll score you points, Vic. And here comes Riley Flash and his dye job, like it's gonna make him wrestle like he's 20 years younger. Good luck with that. Tex Lynch takes him down with a clothesline. Riley Flash counters. Tex counters Riley, goes behind. German suplex. Hangman Tex Lynch tagging in No Way Jose, and it's fiesta time for Riley Flash. Look at this, Jose with a bear hug. Big Dominican trying to squeeze a submission out of Riley Flash, but Riley with elbows and a double chop. Now Riley Flash with an inverted atomic drop into the corner. Look at this, Hangman Tex Lynch goes, excuse me, can I cut in? Elbow to the head of Riley Flash. Fireman's carry from Riley Flash on Tex. Tex gets rounded up. Whip to the Canadian's corner. But Tex with a shot finds his way out. Headlock punch, down goes Mr. Riley Flash. And both Canadian cartels reaching for the tag, but Tex Lynch with a kick and a shot to the back. Riley Flash really catching it from Hangman Tex Lynch here. Oh, counter from Riley Flash, misses with the double axe handle. Now Riley whip to the Masks Incorporated corner, counters his way out, and No Way Jose cuts in. I've never seen such tags. Oh, there goes our referee. Poor Walt Rothburn, taking another nap. A knee to the head from No Way Jose. Riley Flash from behind, hard shot to the back. Riley's got him up. All in suplex. Riley rounds up No Way Jose. Sets him up for the neck breaker and he nails it. Jose in a little bit of trouble here. Riley Flash, what a shot. A right hand that took Jose down, but he's back up on his feet again. A Russian leg sweep from Riley Flash. And Riley Flash doing that little bit of showboating, of course. Hard right hand. And Jose brought back up to a standing position. Whipped into the Canadian cartel corner, but escapes the corner. Drives a knee into the head of Riley Flash. Riley with a couple of elbows. Jose with a hard shot. Whips Riley Flash into the far corner. Riley Flash counters and finds his way out. Hard right hand to the head of No Way Jose. And, well, Riley Flash looking like he's starting to feel it a little bit. Jose back up on his feet. Sets it up. Wow, there's a shot. And down goes Riley Flash again. And here comes Vic LaRue again. And here's T-Dog Damasio. Catches a kick from Vic LaRue. The dog's kick. Brought up to his feet. Hard right hand from Vic LaRue. He's got him up into a sit-out scoop slide. T-Dog Damasio rounded up again. Vic LaRue fails to connect with the drop kick. Couple of shots to the ribs and the head. T-Dog whipped to the ropes. T-Dog counters. Sets. Oh, nasty. Needed in a double X-hander. Vic LaRue takes himself out, brings himself back in, gets turned around. T-Dog Tomasio, nice side suplex from the dog spot. T-Dog rounds up LaRue. He's bringing LaRue to his team's corner. LaRue counters and kicks and escapes German suplex on T-Dog. A stomp to the back. And look at this, a choke. That's nice. Vic LaRue being real nice, biting people, choking people. Real polite guy. A gouge. And look at this. A low shot. The referee didn't see it. Come on. LaRue covers. 1, 2. But T-Dog, somehow, some way, found his way back up. Whoa! Man. I think he's hurt. Vic LaRue. And again, we lose the referee. What a match. Wait a minute now. Vic LaRue setting up T-Dog Tomasio for a top rope superplex. Oh, wait. What a mess. A train wreck down there. T-Dog's out. Vic LaRue just back to his feet. He's being ruthless tonight. Into the ring specs. There's Vic LaRue. T-Dog Tomasio rounds him up again. Sends him rolling. Rounds up Vic LaRue. Nice and slow. But Vic LaRue counters with a nice left. LaRue brought back into the ring. T-Dog Tomasio rolls himself in right behind him with a stomp to the back. And here comes the Hangman Tex Lynch again. Vic LaRue. Whoa. Tex swings and misses. Gets whipped to the Canadian Cartel corner. And here comes Riley Flash again. And a double team. Meteora, both knees right to the chest of Hangman Tex Lynch. Riley Flash drives a knee into the Hangman's mask. And now Riley Flash putting the boots to Tex. I'm not sure about this rivalry of theirs. It's kind of crazy. And here comes Golden out on net for the first time. Catches a knee from Hangman Tex Lynch. Tex rounds him up into the Dragon Sleeper. Gouges. Golden out Barnett. Barnett rounds Tex up. Takes him to the corner. Drops him head first into the turnbuckle. Golden out Barnett. Catches a kick to the midsection. Tex swings and misses from the clothesline. Barnett nails his clothesline, but here comes the dog step. T-Dog Tomasio, whoa, a rolling kick. That was beautiful. That's why these guys was tag team champions all this time. Arm drag from Barnett. Barnett has him up, right across the chest, then up over the shoulder, and then over the top rope, and down goes T-Dog. Here comes Vic LaRue again. And boy, has he been looped. He wants to help Riley Flash win that $5,000. T-Dog counters Vic LaRue. LaRue whips T-Dog into his own team's corner, and here comes No Way Jose with another polite cut-in. Vic LaRue rounds him up over the shoulders. This is not going to be good. Oh, falling neckbreaker. Vic LaRue waiting for Jose to get to his feet. No Way Jose up over the shoulders again, and it's going to be another falling neckbreaker right in the middle of the ring. Jose back up on his feet. Nice move right there. Beautiful flip from No Way Jose. Jose rounds up. Oh, look at this. Nice counter from Vic LaRue. LaRue rounds up Jose, whips him to his team's corner. Jose counters and escapes the corner. And look at this, monkey see, monkey do. Golden Al Barnett trying to cut in on his tag team partner. Gets whipped into them for the third time. Oi, I don't believe it. We lost the referee a third time around. You gotta be kidding me. Barnett with an uppercut on Jose. Barnett rounds him up. Jose counters with a headbutt. And Wow, what a clothesline. Did you see that? Jose, his head's hurting, so here comes Hangman Tex Lynch to take over. As Barnett starts to try and get up on his feet. Tex tries for the clothesline, gets counted. Tex counters Barnett. Down goes Barnett. Tex covers with the leg, one, and just the one. Barnett back up on his feet. Tries for the chop, but winds up catching the spine buster. And Tex Lynch. Tex is waiting. Barnett back up on his feet. Here's a kick to the midsection. And there's a flatliner or a pedigree, whatever you want to call it. Cover, one, two. Oh, just a two. Barnett back up on his feet. Tex gouges the face again. And here we go, German suplex. The golden now Barnett. Tex Lynch tosses with Barnett. Barnett shoves him back. Tex Lynch whipped into the Canadian corner one more time. And oh, here we go. Whip to the ropes, rebound from Barnett. Wow, what a shot. Tex is laid out. Golden now Barnett. Drags him. Covers him. One. Oh, just about a two. Tex is, I think Tex is mad. Tex Lynch taken down again by Golden L. Barnett. And oh no, wait a minute now. The whole Canadian cartel, all three of them, they're gonna triple powerbomb Tex. Oh man, that's not good. Well, the referee can't do nothing. Golden L. Barnett stalking Tex Lynch. Tex could be in trouble here. Up over the shoulder of Golden L. Barnett, setting up the there's that falling neck breaker again. Cover with a 1, 2, but no way Jose busts up the pin. Barnett rounds up Tex again, whips him into the Canadian cartel corner. Here's Riley Flash on the tag. Here comes another double team. A splash. Tex comes out of the corner. Riley Flash has got him. Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta admit, that was actually a pretty cool move. Fireman's carry from Tex. Riley Flash rounded up again. Oh, Riley Flash says, oh, no, you don't. Double X under. Tex taken down center ring. Riley Flash rounds him up again. Tex counted for the right. With Riley Flash to the Masks Incorporated corner. Hard shot from Tex Lynch and a boot to the chest. Tex again whipped to the opposing team's corner. And again counters and escapes. Tries to take down Riley Flash, but Riley Flash counters with an arm breaker. Tex whips Riley to the Masks Incorporated corner again. Again he escapes. Tex Lynch, surprised, T-Dog Tomasio says, hey, can I come in? Here's a kick to the midsection. Here's a knee to the midsection. Riley Flash in the enemy camp, and it ain't good. Here we go, Tex Lynch looking at T-Dog Tomasio. Look at this. A power bomb and an elbow across the chest. T-Dog don't need no help. He rolls Riley Flash center ring, covers 1, 2, 3. It's done.
Time, 13 minutes and 34 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, No Way Jose and Masks Incorporated. Wow, Myron, you were a lifesaver and a half on this one.
Thank you.
And you actually did pretty well there, buddy.
Thanks. You know, you learn to do a little bit of everything around here. All right, guys. You got it from here. Take over.
Well, it looks like Riley Flash owes Tex $5,000, but you know, it'll be in civil court for about a year, so is it even worth it? Anyway, No Way Jose and Masks Incorporated get the Duke over Canadian cartel, and we'll be back with Tex and the second half on the other side of this break.